Colleen Como. Something I like to do for fun and hopefully pretty often is traveling. The first place that I've traveled to is Amman, Jordan, which is in the Middle East, and I was actually with my family.
So I've actually been to a few places in the United States. So I've been down the East Coast, so New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C. One of my cousins actually goes to school in D.C., so just recently we went to D.C. and looked at the universities out there and got to see all the tourist sites, so the Capitol, etc. Out of the United States, I've been to Mexico, so I've been to a few places. So I've been to Ensenada, Cabo, Puerto Vallarta. It's pretty nice out there, always super sunny when I go. I'm usually there during the summer. Outside of Mexico, I've been to London, which was great. I went during the winter, so it was snowing, really, really pretty. The whole feel for the area is definitely a lot different than LA, so it's a lot slower paced. The people are really, really friendly, which was great. I've been to a few places in the Middle East, so I've been to Egypt, I've been to Lebanon, and I've been to Jordan. The whole culture there is completely different than here, predominantly because they're a different religion, which is something that is pretty dominant in that country. The whole vibe for the country is completely different. Very, very homey. I'm Middle Eastern, so I'm used to the food, but if someone was to come that wasn't a part of it, it would be definitely a culture shock. It's like pretty much just all desert. So when you walk around, it's literally just a desert. You don't really see, there isn't like the malls like in LA, but there's definitely a lot of spots that are pretty amazing to go and visit.
My favorite place I've traveled to, I've been there a few times. Just recently I got to see it in a different light. It's Jordan. So I actually got to visit Petra, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's actually a man-made city and it's built into rock. So pretty much it just looks like a bunch of rocks, and people built their homes into the rocks. It's pretty insane. So I got to ride a camel for the first time, which is super, super cool. It's definitely, we did like a 15-mile hike because it's all uphill, all downhill. And you got to learn the story of the city, which is like the way that people were buried, the way families live. Completely different and something I've never seen before. So it was definitely an experience. I would definitely recommend people to go and visit that. Honestly, I think traveling is extremely important. Being able to see different cultures and get to know different people is something that makes you well-rounded. I've learned a lot about different people, and I think when you're stuck in one area, you don't really get to see all the things. You get to see what's on the news or on TV, but you don't actually get a feel for the culture, get to see the people. I also think a lot of places have stigmas based on like stereotypes that our society creates, and we actually just succumb to it by not actually traveling there and getting to know it for ourselves. So I definitely think traveling makes people better rounded. It also just, you get to learn more about other people, and they get to learn about you and you get to learn about them, and it's just a complete learning experience that I think is very important for people.
So as a teacher, every year you get a new group of kids and you actually don't know where they come from. So each student comes with a different background, different culture, and I think it's very important for you to understand them on that deeper level in order to reach them in different ways. A lot of students that I've worked with are EL from different countries, and I think when I travel to those countries or I'm educated about those cultures, I'm more inclined to understand that student better, and I also know how to accommodate my lessons and my teaching styles for that culture. For example, I have a student that's from Egypt, and I've been to Egypt and I'm very familiar with the Arab culture. So I know her house customs or the dynamic that happens at home, so I'm more educated and I'm more equipped to deal with that situations when they do come out, just because I'm educated in that area. There's other areas where I'm not as educated, such as Chinese culture. I never traveled or studied it, so I struggle in that area when I have students that are EL with their second language or first language being Chinese. So I definitely think it's beneficial for teachers to understand culture, and one of the best ways to do that is to travel to those places.